All right, I am back, and today I'm going to be using this Valentina Tarot deck, and we're going to see what really happened to Jeffrey Epstein. Not that I want to give this fucker airtime, but his death was very suspicious. And I am always fascinated and interested in suspicious deaths because when I read all of that, I was like, that is a lot. A lot of stuff to have gone right and or wrong, depending on your take, for him to be dead the next day. That is an awful lot of coincidences. You know? Like, yeah. What? Weird shit already happening. About a minute in. Lord Jesus. All right. It's funny because there is some nudity in this deck, but my squad, aka angels, ancestors, and spirit guides, were like, use this deck. So I'm gonna use this deck. These cards are so thick. All right, squad. What is the truth around his death? That's a better question. What is the truth surrounding his death? The cards that I'm glimpsing are very interesting. The Emperor reversed, which is all about someone being pretty, basically like narcissistic. Shuffle a couple more times. I'll put a link to the music that I'm listening to in the box description box. That's a good idea. Wow, that Emperor card came out again. It really wants to come out. We'll see if it comes out when I shuffle the full deck. Definitely something sinister with fucking Epstein. I'm getting that when he got arrested, a lot of big people could have gotten in trouble if he talked. And so he was killed so that he wouldn't talk. I'm getting somebody was like, he's weak. He's going to talk because he's kind of spineless. That's what I'm hearing. He was very interested in saving his own skin. And I'm getting a lot of people. Wow. I'm putting it back. But the Lovers came out. Literally, like, I was shuffling and it landed upright. But what I'm getting is that, yeah, there were a lot of powerful people that he worked with that were his clients. It's definitely a part of a bigger organization. I just got that some of the people that were involved in the hotel scandal, how like the sex trafficking came out, that a lot of these hotels that people stay at are involved in sex trafficking. These were the same people. His clients, or the people at the top of this ring, are the same ones. Some of them are the same ones. Ugh, our society is so disgusting. Like, really? Jesus. But of course, these are like the 1%ers. And they're telling me to say, like, not all 1%ers are evil, obviously. But these group of people are very greedy. Their greed and lust led them to degrading and depraving things. That's very specific. One of the people that he worked with, she did get arrested. They dated for a while and then they became business partners in sex trafficking. Like, Lord Jesus. I'm looking for her name. I can't find it, but it is. She was also indicated in 2019 as well. Oh, it may be in personal life, but if you're interested, yeah, here it is. Wait. Yeah. Ghislaine Maxwell. Oh, her dad was a disgraced media baron, Robert Maxwell. That may be interesting to do a reading on her. Yeah, they worked together and she got convicted. It's very interesting that all of these people found each other, which leads me to believe that this has been going on for a long time. Now, whoa, it's been going on for a long time, yes, but now the elite, because of how our society is, I'm not going to get into politics, but because of how our society is, they now feel that they can do this shit out in the open and they're not going to face consequences. And with Epstein, he was the first real person that got arrested that they were like, oh shit, I think we may get caught. Like, that was the first real wake-up call that, like, money is not going to save them. Even though some of them, it did save them. That's what I'm getting. Ugh, our society just sucks. Like, that is garbage ass behavior. Wow. So 2 cards flipped over, the Lovers again. And yeah, that was the other thing. I'm taking it this time because, yeah, second time I've seen it. So he dated her for a while. They still were very close. When her father died, Epstein flew her to America. I believe she's English. So that she could grieve. So they had, I'm getting friends with benefits type of energy, but Epstein was also a pedophile. That's what I'm getting. He was also a pedophile. Ugh. Something about when he had sex with adult women that made him feel less bad about being a pedophile. Like, oh, I'm a normal person. Like, it was able to make him hide behind a mask that he knew good and damn well was not true. Yeah. He did not know. For some reason, he thought that he was like going to be fine. He wasn't going to spend any time in prison. So it was a shock to him. This card keeps coming out too. Okay, I'm taking it. I'm just shuffling and cards that I've been seeing keep flipping over. So, wow. That was just the Page of Wands. So when he literally spent time in jail, he was like, oh God, my life is over. He kind of knew that he was going to be killed because he thought that he made these lasting relationships with these shady people and that they would protect him. And so he was really shocked to realize that no, he is on his own legit because nobody from this circle wants anything to do with him. I'm also getting something about like some people thought he was like a pervert. Like they were like, he is really fucked up. Some people stopped fucking with him and stopped participating in human trafficking. This card keeps coming on the bottom of the deck, the Emperor. I talked about the Emperor twice already, so I'm taking this card too. Yeah. He was shocked that no one came to his rescue. He thought he had bought so many relationships that they would have paid him back. But these people are greedy and only worry about themselves. Wow. The 5 of Wands, which is all about conflict. That just flipped over. So it's like if you hang around a bunch of thieves, why are you going to be surprised when one of them robs from you? You know the character of the people that you're hanging out with. These are not good people. Why you think they are going to protect you? I'm getting they just found another source, another supply. He was just one of many. He thought he was one of few. One of very few people who are like offering up their houses for these sex parties with human trafficked women and girls. But he was one of many. This is a large operation. I don't know who's at the top, but for some reason he thought he was special. Or like he thought he deserved special treatment. Like, yeah, I know there are some other providers or whatever, but like, and I'm getting other people like in other countries too. This is huge. So This is really interesting. He's a very interesting guy. I'm also just heard it's not a wonder that like his marriages, his relationships were very short term. It's because he was a pedophile. Like, that's not who he was attracted to at all. It's fucking gross, man. But yeah. He's like a sick fucking puppy. I don't even want to use puppy because I like puppies. He's like a sick fucking fuck. Like, always into objectifying women and girls because he can feel powerful. Like, classic traits of abusers. Again, I'm like, why did you feel like you would be the exception to the rule? Something about because he knew a lot of people. He thought because he knew a lot of people and was rich, he was like, I'm probably one of the richest providers that they have. I'm using the term provider because that's what I'm getting. But he was like deluding himself. I'm getting near the end, there were people kind of backing away from him because they felt like it was about, like, something was about to come off. Because I believe he also was in trouble with the law before. And so they're like, these criminals were like, he's fucking slipping. He's slipping. I'm getting, he also got into debt. He was indebted to someone high up. But he didn't take it seriously. Again, he thought he was a big fish, but he wasn't. And this organization of traffickers, they used his death as an example for the other providers. Like, if you talk, something about, like, they knew he was going to talk. Because, again, they were like, he has no willpower. He only looks out for himself. Because it takes one to know one. And so they were like, he's already slipping. He's already been messy. Let's just go on ahead and take him out. And also, let's use this as a example of what happens when you start to get a little too comfy in this organization and think you're better than everybody, or think that you can get away with more shit because you've been with us longer. They're like, no, we don't give a fuck. They're very ruthless, for sure. Very, very ruthless. That Maxwell woman, that is the highest up person that has been arrested ever with this ring. I'm just getting all of this channeled. They are... I'm getting at the top, it's like 2 to 4 men. They are quiet millionaires. You don't hear about them. Or quiet billionaires. They're not listed on anything. They have their ID protected very well because, of course, they can pay for it. They are filthy rich. And I'm getting some of them are just in this for the money. Like, they're not even in it for the lust of it. They're in it for the money. They're in it for the greed. But they will also do anything to protect their identity. They are... It's almost like this is like a new... the 21st century's version of the mob. It's human trafficking. I love the mob. I love mob shit. But like from the 70s, 60s, and 70s, they were into prostitution, but also like racketeering and gambling and shit. So like, yeah, they feel like they can be bold. Like they'll do anything to protect their identity, but I'm getting the underlings, not the four at the top. The underlings. They think they are untouchable because they're like, oh, I've worked with these four guys forever. Oh, like we've had vacations together. Oh, something. We went to school together. Something. But like they are not, no one is exempt from their wrath. And like, it's crazy that no one believes that. I think it's because they have a very good, these four people are very charismatic. You would not think that they would be into drug trafficking, into human trafficking. I'm getting one of them is a huge philanthropist. So yeah, that person definitely doesn't want this coming out because I'm getting this person donates to like missing and exploited children. Like he donates to women in need. It's very fucked up. Like I have no other words to say it other than it's very fucked up. He's one of the ones that's in it for the money. There may be one of them that is in it for something other than that, like the lust of it or having domination over women and children. There's definitely, like, it's a network of people throughout the world. I'm also getting in some countries that you wouldn't expect. And the reason that, like, that trafficking about the hotels, like, disappeared from the news is that these guys are powerful. But, like, you can't link anything back to them. They take extreme measures to cover their ass. They're very smart. And if they're not smart, they have smart people working for them because they realize they're not smart. Like, these are very conniving people. Very conniving. Some of their families know, some of them don't. I'm getting almost half and half. Like, 2 do and 2 don't. Or maybe one family does and the others don't. I don't know. But of the family or families that do know, someone is having a very hard time accepting that this is where their money comes from. But they are scared. I just heard from the wrath of their father. Someone may want to come out. I'm getting, if they get caught again, this person may come out. But it may get buried. Like, we may not hear about it. Because, again, these men, these 4 people are very conniving. And I'm getting there could be a woman in there. Which, that always surprises me. Because I was like, is that just me wanting it to be 4 men? And they were like, yes. So there is one woman in there. Which I am like, how? I'm getting she's like the most ruthless one. And she has kids, but she's very cold and standoffish with them. And they've never understood why. It's because she sees people as commodities. Like, again, these are the type of people that view other people as objects. Again, very like narcissistic, very dark, very conniving, very manipulative. She only looks at people to see what they can do for her. And there's one or two of the four that is also the same way. No empathy. No empathy. Complete sociopaths and psychopaths. But again, they have such... I'm getting one, possibly one. Is a little weird. It's a little weird. They don't have that charisma. And like, they look like the stereotypical pedophile with money, but with money. So it's like creepy, greasy guy in like a Ferrari. You know what I mean? Like, it's a very weird, like he's into very weird, eccentric art. A lot of art depicting pain. This is so wild. A lot of art that depicts pain, usually people putting other person through pain. He really likes that. I'm getting he like almost salivates at the mouth. Like, this guy is fucking weird. And I know I said Epstein was weird, but this guy is like, can you act right? Like, you can't even act right in public. That's what it seems like. So, yeah. Okay, I think there's one or two that are very charismatic. The other two are like sociopaths. The woman and like the greasy pedophile guy, like, they have no charisma. They are who they are through and through, and they can't hide their psychopathy or sociopathy. The other two are very charismatic men, and I'm getting that they have the picture perfect family. These are the people that you would never think. Like, the greasy pedophile guy, you would be like, I'm kind of not surprised because he's weird. And the woman, you would just be like, if she were to have her identity known, it would be very palpable that she has no empathy. And that also scares people because they're like, this is a woman who is ruthless to the core. And they're like, something major had to have happened for her to be like this. And yes, that's true. She did suffer trauma, but instead of like learning from it, she decided that she wanted to be the abuser to get her power back. Her power back. It's a very, as a trauma survivor, it's a very understandable thing to a certain extent. Like, sometimes I'm like, well, with my abusers, I would love to, torture them or whatever, like get revenge. But with her, it's like, I like inflicting this on other people and seeing how they react. Like, she is, like I said, she is the most ruthless one out of the bunch. The rest of them are low-key scared of her. I'm getting she may be divorced because her husband was like, you don't have any empathy. Like, whoever she was, it was a man. He felt very emasculated by her too. This is so specific. He felt extremely emasculated by her. Because again, she loves to inflict pain. She's like a sadist or a masochist. I can't remember which one's which. But yeah. I'm getting the greasy guy like doesn't have a family, has a very small network of friends because he's just so fringe and so out there that people are like, I don't know what to do with you. Like, you are so weird. So yeah. And like I said, the other two, I'm actually going to stop here. And then in my next video, I'll talk about the other two people of this wild human trafficking ring. So be sure to check it out. Bye.